school. He cried every day, and we couldn't understand why. We didn't know what was wrong. We didn't know what the reasons were. We didn't understand what the teacher was talking about, having trouble with behavior. We just were sort of blindsided because we just loved our kid. And so nobody ever really told us that he was having trouble with regulation of behavior or anything like that. So we just sort of were completely blindsided, and we didn't know really what to do. We weren't really sure what to expect from there on, and it was to the point where he was in trouble every day at school. He was not following instructions. He couldn't sit in a classroom. There was just so many things he couldn't do, and we just had no idea. And so one of the teachers told us about SNAPs, and so I had actually called Ravella and asked, if I could talk to somebody, because I said I don't understand what's wrong. I don't understand what's happening. It gets emotional.
Yeah, it's okay. Take your time.
So, I didn't think that was going to happen.
I get it.
So when we actually got the chance to talk to Ravella, it was like a whole different door opened up. And then we started understanding about behavioral problems and things like that. And then we could kind of understand what the teachers were saying, but at the same time, we just kind of, personally, we felt that he was just getting picked on. And so we'd gone through quite a few things for the first little while in the year, and then we discovered that he had a hearing problem, and things were just not working out at the kindergarten that he was at. And so we actually pulled him out of that school. That's when we found out about, actually just before that, we found out about PUF funding and things like that we didn't know existed, which was really, really frustrating, because he could have had help from age 3, 4, 5, 6. And so when we did take him to a different school, there was a whole different outlay of how PUF funding worked and how support worked. And then it was through lots of different things with SNAPs that we were able to find different solutions and different avenues and different ways of figuring it out. Mm-hmm. And then I think he was in grade 2, and school was just hard for him, really, really hard. And they supported us through school meetings and teacher situations and stuff like that. And some of the teachers really give us the impression that they didn't like it, but we didn't understand how to help our son, and we didn't understand how to navigate the school system. We didn't know how to navigate any support services or anything, and we were still kind of in denial. We just thought, we don't understand, there's nothing wrong. And so for us, it was just a place that we got to feel that we were more normal than we were not normal. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
And so we didn't realize that through all of the things that we were experiencing, that our son actually did have behavioral problems, and he did have some struggles. And then it was through some of the medical intervention that we got, and through SNAPs, the programs and things that we found to support him, as we discovered what his challenges were. When I think he was in grade 2, I think it took until grade 2 for him to be diagnosed with autism, and he has cardiology issues and all kinds of things. So there's all kinds of different things that we needed support with, and how to navigate, how to explain to teachers, and how to explain his needs, and how to get support from and work with the teachers. And I did not communicate very well in the beginning, just because I was like, something wrong with my child, it's you. So it was really, really hard for me. And so through all of the parents and all of the programs and all the things that we've had access to and all of the support, it was easier for me to understand where we were, where he was, and how we could approach teachers, and how we could approach the school, and how we could work for a solution. And I am really, really happy with how things went up until now, because now our son can actually advocate for himself. He actually has recently been diagnosed with epilepsy, on top of some of the other things that he's had, and so now he can explain to people himself where he's at challenges are and the things that he needs. And he was actually